Despite Bull Centaur's nerfs, they are still quite a solid unit, so much so that even though Qualaduk took the wrong type in this situation, I think he was intending to take the Great Weapons, instead has dual axes here, 2 of them. Should still be okay. He's got Drazoath the Ashen up in the air and a Death Shriek rocket launcher to act as anti-large alongside the Bull Centaur hero here as well. Plus the Immortal's Ironsworn for additional anti-infantry up against the Beastmen. You certainly do want that anti-large, especially when they're coming in with one of the best monsters in the game, the Blood Brute Behemoth. We've got Malagor up in the sky, Butchers of Kalkengard, a bunch of Ungor Raiders, and some Ungor herds as a front line, with some Tuskor chariots there, a couple of Razorgore herds as well. So let's get things rolling, as with the Vanguard, these two armies are going to be clashing very quickly. Hobgoblins getting in there, and they will trade fairly well into these Ungors. You can see it's a decent trade, kind of more or less even, depends on the support situation, but not exactly cost-effective for Chaos Dwarfs, but it's okay. Gorgon is going to be charging in, but since he did take the anti-infantry variant of the Bull Centaurs, they can, of course, charge in and do massive damage, help to rout these Ungors very quickly. They are going to collapse a few units almost immediately. Razorgore herds turning that flank. Maybe one can go up and around and get on that Death Shriek to try and protect the Blood Brute, which is now going to get a nice surround. Well, yeah, with these Minotaurs. The Minotaurs, though, man, like 3 of them got knocked over by the Bull Centaur. A little bit hard to see in the shadows, as the lighting on this map is not fantastic, so we'll keep the health bars up. But, yeah, the Butchers of Kalkengard getting bullied very heavily here. It looks like Bull Centaurs are also in this backline area, kind of pulling the Butchers away. And the Ungor Raiders are focused on the Hobgoblins, which is definitely a mistake. Should be focused on the Centaurs right now, but pretty quick backline compromise by Chaos Dwarfs. And then here we see the Blood Brute Behemoth getting torn to shreds pretty quickly. Dark Subjugation lowers its melee defense significantly. It's going to be taking hits from both Drazoath and the Bull Centaur there. Malagor is going to come in and try and save the situation. Blood Brute manages to get away, and of course can keep regenerating as it fights in melee, but the Death Shrieker gonna also keep up the pressure on it, so we'll see. Now looking to get a charge in here, supporting these Minotaurs and the Ungor Spears straight into the Bull Centaurs. Right now, though, the Minotaurs, Butchers of Kalkengard, I mean, decent melee defense. The regeneration is also quite nice, but they are vulnerable to fire damage, of course, given that standard regeneration trait. See a nice breath attack there, crumping the Ungors, and it's looking rough in some parts for the Beastmen, but they do still have a nice push over here. These Razorgores and the Ungor Spearmen were able to actually beat down one unit of the Bull Centaurs there. So Drazoath's going to go for another quick push here, try and finish off the Blood Brute Behemoth, another Dark Subjugation there to debuff the melee defense. But Minotaurs are on station, as is Malagor. Ooh, but the Death Shrieker might be able to finish the job here. The Blood Brute Behemoth is not regenerating super quickly. It does have this Strength from Flesh, of course, in melee that I keep referencing, but it is kind of a trickle heal over time, and it's been taking quite a bit of burst damage. Little Penumbral Pendulum's not going to do a lot, as it wasn't terribly well placed, and these Immortals are able to get in here and help to finish off the Butchers of Kalkengard. Dark Mace there, debuffing the armor. Interesting from the Bull Centaur there. Forgot he had that item. He also pops Heroic Killing Blow to seriously increase his own weapon strength. So, yeah, single entities have mostly been dealt with, but the Beastmen are not out of this yet by any means. Razorgore herds did manage to shut down that Death Shrieker in the backline and are continuing to kind of mop up some various units here. I believe. Did Malagor actually just get killed? No, he is still in here as well. So, unfortunately, Malagor does not have access to the Traderkin, which is a little bit of a sad state of affairs. I definitely wish that that was one of the spells he had access to. It would make him a lot better of a caster. It's such a strong spell right now, but still maybe can get some work done with this Penumbral Pendulum, especially if he gets a nice solid cast on these Immortals. Definitely net a ton of value. And the low model count of the Chaos Dwarfs army is coming back to haunt them a bit as the Infernal Ironsworn gets surrounded here. But let's see, Drazoath's going to go in for another attack. He's got his item, Great Raven Scepter, that's right. Going to give extra AP, melee attack. He also puts Curse of Hashut on Malagor. Did he actually accidentally take everything? No, he did take quite an expensive kit, though, with Drazoath. A lot of the items and everything else, which does make him extremely expensive, but also quite strong. Will he be able to carry against the Beastmen, who did manage to recover the Bloodbrute Behemoth in the back? He's actually coming to hunt down now some of these Bull Centaurs. Will they be able to finish him off? He is taking a little bit of damage from them. He's also regenerating a little bit of damage as well. Some chariots here. Trying to finish off that Death Shrieker if he can. Yeah, it looks like the Bull Centaurs actually tear route. And he should immediately just turn around to go after the Death Shrieker there, which he does. So things are looking pretty grim for the Beastmen, but actually we're able to recover there due to the Chaos Dwarfs' low numbers. Now all of a sudden it's just... oh man. What? No way. Did the Death Shrieker actually just kill? Or maybe it was something else that actually killed the Bloodbrute Behemoth. That's kind of crazy. But the Death Shrieker does get routed off, but likely to come back. With the Bloodbrute going down, it's less of a risk. You only have terror from Butchers of Kalkengard here, but let's see. Butchers collapse, perhaps. With the Razorgords, get in a nice rear charge into these Immortals, but they're missing a little bit of an opportunity for a hammer and anvil here as these Ungor herds get hammered. But anyway, they do eventually capitalize, getting a nice rear charge. Not the best contact, but they do get in here and are able to do some damage to the Immortals. Also getting hit by that enfeebling foe as well, so their stats are way down. The Razorgors can actually make pretty good contact with them. Bull Centaur comes in to try and snipe Malagor, but ends up getting killed by Malagor and the Minotaurs. Ungor Raiders in the back are probably going to be able to finish off the Death Shriek, although it does come back from rout. Yeah, still anyone's game at this point. Still going to be super, super close as this finish kind of drags on, but maybe the Immortals can hold their leadership together. Likewise, Drazoath still has quite a bit of HP left, so he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with here. If he could maybe get a snipe on Malagor, would be game over. Malagor's also just got to be careful in general. He counts as infantry size. If he gets surrounded by the Immortals, he's going to get beat to heck by their massive weapon strength. 68 total weapon strength against infantry-sized targets. So definitely does not want to get surrounded and circle beaten by them. Instead, it's going to pull back up into the air, try and use what's left of his Ungor Raider ammunition. 125 armor is pretty serious for the Immortals, but, I mean, it is still 125 armor, right? These guys have 1 AP per shot, with a decent number of models still alive. Yeah, like 110, 120 models between the two units there. Should be pretty impactful, but instead, Drazoath's just going to charge straight into the Ungor Raiders, which is definitely the play. Everyone knows, or every veteran of this game should know, Ungor Raiders are not a unit to be trifled with. They might look like a low-tier crappy archer, but in fact, it can be decisive often for Beastmen. So here, Drazoath's charging straight in, trying to clean it up. Malagor comes as well, but once again, he is quite vulnerable in this melee situation. Honestly, should just try and kite and delay this engagement until these Tuskor chariots can get here. They might be able to get a nice charge, you know, especially in tandem with the Razorgor herds, everything all together, but Drazoath does manage to catch Malagor. Malagor is not able to get away effectively, and in the shadow of his flaming Great Taurus, or Baal Taurus, rather, Malagor is going to get terrified away here, which is definitely going to put a big dent in the Beastmen's leadership. Nice little chariot charge into the Immortals. They take some damage, nothing too crazy. But with Malagor's swift demise, should be it. Yeah, 8 HP left, so this next swing should do it. Oh, it'll be up in the air. Yep, nice little knock out of the sky there. Clashing of horns, and it's a victory. Very close victory for Koala Duck. So, yeah, even though he didn't take the quote-unquote the right variant of the Bull Centaurs, I believe actually Dual Axe variant ended up proving pretty good. I mean, he really didn't have too much problems dealing with the large units of the Beastmen. The Bloodbrute Behemoth got good value, but didn't quite pay for itself fully. Same with the Butchers of Kalkengard. I mean, they got maybe half of what they would needed to. The rest of the Beastmen mobile units do pretty good. I mean, Razorgor herds are generally super cost-effective. Tuskor chariots also pay for themselves. Ungor Raiders do a great job, but then this mainline infantry just gets wrecked super hard, and without the, I mean, yes, the anti-larger ones would help support that infantry fight to a fair degree as well. Infernal Ironsworn are still going to blend up the amount of infantry, probably the same. But just in general, being able to break those Ungor herds a little bit faster, I think was actually pretty beneficial. Even if these two didn't necessarily pay for themselves, tactically it was pretty good to have. Of course, the Immortals, 300 kills, yeah, absolutely brutal in the long run. Drazwath also super strong, even if you kit him out, very expensive, can be devastating if used well. And then the Death Shrieker didn't quite pay for itself, but tactically was really nice, helping to get rid of the Blood Brute. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.